Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well today. On today's video, I wanted to show you guys the best time to pay your credit card bill so that in return your credit score increases. All the tips I'll be showing you guys have helped me get over a 750 credit score extremely fast, so I hope it's able to help you guys as well. Therefore, I promise if you watch this video until the end, you'll learn when to pay your credit card bill, how much to pay, and how to pay it in order for your credit score to increase. All I ask in return is that you destroy that like button if you're also kind, because that truly helps my channel tremendously, and it also helps push this video out to others who might find it useful. Now with that being said, let's begin. So to begin with, how much of your credit card bill should you be paying every single month in order to increase your credit score? Well, in order to understand how much of your bill you should be paying and when you should pay it, you're gonna need to first understand how your credit card statement works. So let's take a quick look at one of my credit card statements. The first box is new balance, which is the amount you owe at the end of your billing cycle. The next box, we have minimum payment due, which is how much of your bill you need to pay in order to avoid late fees. And last, we got payment due date, which is the date where you must make at least the minimum payments in order to avoid late fees as well. Now, please keep in mind that if you only pay the minimum instead of the full balance on your card, you will be charged with interest on the balance you didn't pay, which means you'll have to pay more than what you borrowed, and it'll also take you much longer to pay off your balance. Now that we got that out of the way, let me quickly explain what your credit limit is. So your credit limit is the maximum amount that you can spend on your credit card. And as you can see, my credit limit on this card is $6,500, which means I could only use my credit card for up to that amount. And you'll find out why this number is important later on in the video. Also, before I go into when and how to pay your credit card bill, I want you guys to keep in mind that the most important thing when paying your bill is to never ever pay your card late and to pay your balances in full every single month before your payment due date. Simply because when you have a credit card, you'll get a statement of the credit card every single month showing you your due date and balance, and the information on that statement will be sent to the credit bureaus, which means if you were to wait until your statement arrived, then that information would already be reported to the credit bureaus, and if you happen to have a high balance on your card, that could affect your credit score negatively. Now, the amount you're able to pay back on your card obviously varies from person to person, since not everyone has the same credit limit or the same spending habits. But what doesn't vary is the fact that you should pay your credit card on time and keep your credit utilization low in order for your credit score to increase. The reason being is because your credit score is broken into 5 different factors, where 35% of your score consists of your payment history, 30% consists of amounts owed, in other words, your credit utilization, 15% counts towards length of credit history, 10% towards new credits, and another 10% towards your credit mix. Now, being that your credit score gets calculated using these 5 factors, this means you should do good in all 5 factors if you want to increase your credit score. And since payment history and amount owed count for 65% of your overall credit score, then you should definitely focus on making on-time payments every single month and maintaining a low credit utilization. Now, how much you pay on your credit card bill will determine how much your credit utilization ends up being every single month. For example, let's say you have a credit card with a $6,000 credit limit and you decide to buy a bunch of things totaling $3,000 that month. If you were to wait until your statement arrived, this information would already be reported to the credit bureaus, showing that you owe $3,000 out of your $6,000 credit limit that month, meaning your credit utilization would be at 50%, and that's not very good for your credit score. Because the higher credit utilization is, the higher of a risk you become to lenders, which means less people are willing to lend you money or trust you with money, and this also in return affects your credit score negatively. Now, based on the internet, your credit utilization should be 30% or less, but ideally, and what's worked for me this entire time, has been to keep my credit utilization under 10%. In other words, your credit utilization should be under 30%, if not preferably 10%, if you want your credit to increase monthly. So using our previous example, if your credit limit is $6,000, then you would only use about $600 on that card in order to maintain a 10% credit utilization monthly and increase your credit score. But if you really want to maximize your credit increase, you should pay that balance off in full. Now, if you needed to make a bunch of purchases, you can do so while still maintaining a low credit utilization by simply making early payments on your card before your due date or your statement arrives. If you make early payments before you receive your statements, your balance will be lower, and in return, when it gets reported to the credit bureaus, it'll show as you using the card, but it won't show a high balance or a high credit utilization since you paid early and lowered how much you owed. In other words, by making early payments, you can lower your balance and your overall credit utilization before they report it to the credit bureaus. For example, if your credit limit is $6,000 and you owe $3,000, then try to lower that balance as soon as you can before your due date. Like in this case, if you were to pay $2,000 of your $3,000 balance before your due date, this means your balance would be $1,000 instead of $3,000 by the time you receive your statement. And your utilization would go from 50% down to 16.6%, which means 16.6% would be the credit utilization that your card reports to the credit bureaus, which is awesome for your credit score since that number is under the 30%. So this means that when your bill or statement comes in, your balance will be lower, and that's the information that will get reported to the credit bureaus instead of the previous high amount that you had originally spent that month. This will also show you're using your credit cards properly and paying them on time, which is exactly what lenders and the credit bureaus want to see. So in return, your credit will definitely increase. Right after that, you can pay off your remaining balance in full. That way, when you get your next statement, your credit utilization is even lower and it shows you completely paid off your balance. Now, the problem with spending a lot of money on your card that you aren't able to pay off monthly is that obviously you'll be carrying a balance from one month to the other, so you may have to pay interest on that balance. And what I just suggested to you guys is only a way to be able to spend the amount you need and still end up with a low utilization. That way you can get some credit score credit towards at least utilization. But ideally, if you want to build credit long term, not pay late fees or interest on your card, then the best thing you can do is use your credit card and pay it off in full every single month. This is hands down the most effective way of increasing your credit score, and it'll also save you a lot of money. But just remember that you must make the payments before your credit card bill is due. That way your on-time payments and low credit utilization get reported properly and your score in return increases. In conclusion, the best time to pay your bill is before your due date. So if your due date is January 10th, make sure to make those payments before that date on, I don't know, maybe the 7th. And please keep in mind to always maintain a low credit utilization. Now, before I end this video, I'd like to quickly mention that if you need to spend more money than your current credit limit on your credit card, but you want your credit utilization to stay low, you can simply ask for what's called a credit limit increase on your card, which FYI, getting a credit limit increase also helps increase your overall credit score. And I mean, lucky for you, I have a video on how to get huge credit limit increases on my channel. So if you're interested in increasing your credit limit today, I'll be leaving the links down in the description and in the comment section to this video. Anyways, you guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you guys found value in today's video. If you did, please destroy that like button. Please give me some feedback down in the comment section, and please make sure to subscribe. My new subscriber goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers, so let's get it.